Hello student, myself Kalpana Sagar, Assistant Professor, Theo Department and Assistant Dean Academics, Kite Group of Institution. In today's lecture, we are going to study the operating modes of 8255. Before starting with today's lecture, let's have a look on highlights of previous lectures. In lecture 1, I had told you the basic introduction of 8255, what exactly it is, why do we require it, different components, advantages, disadvantages, and application of 8255. Whereas in the lecture 2, we studied internal architecture and the pin diagram of 8255. Let's summarize these two lectures. 8255 is nothing but it is a programmable I/O interfacing devices. As I told you earlier that the microprocessor cannot directly exchange the data with the peripheral devices like the input device, keyboard, output device, monitor, and the bidirectional device, pen drive. If the microprocessor wants to exchange the data with these peripheral devices or vice versa, we require another device that is called interfacing device, and it is none other than 8255 IC. This IC is required so that we can transfer the data between the two, and it is achieved by doing the programming. This 8255 is designed by Intel and it has one major advantage, that is it is compatible with high capability microprocessor. As it is a IC, we need to provide it the power supply so that it can be functional in nature, and that power supply is plus 5 volt. It has two group control, group A and group B, and three ports A, B, C. Each port is of 8 bit and each port can be behaved as input or the output port. Therefore, the total number of I/O lines in 8255 are 24. 8255 also contain the control word register that holds the control word which is of 8 bit, and we have another data bus buffer which is also of 8 bits. This 8255 is completely TTL compatible, that is transistor to transistor logic. It has two operating modes. One is your BSR mode and another is your IO mode. This IO mode further contain three sub mode, mode 0 and mode 2. So in today's lecture, we are going to study the different operating modes of 8255. 8255 supports two operating mode. Mode 1, that is your BSR mode, bit set and reset mode. It is used to configure the port C. As I told you earlier that port C is of 8 bit. So the 8 bit of the port C can either be set or reset. Now, who will set or reset the port C bits? That we will see later on in this lecture. We have the another mode, that is input output mode. In this mode, we can configure all the three ports supported by 8255 such that A, B and C. This input output mode have further three sub mode. Mode 0, which is called as basic input output mode, in which all the ports like A, B and C behaves as simple input output ports, whereas the mode 1 is called as stroked input output mode, in which these ports A, B, C are the handshake IO port, whereas another mode under this input output mode is mode 2, which is termed as stroked bidirectional IO mode, in which the port A is bidirectional, port B behaves either under the mode 0 or mode 1, whereas port C is handshaking IO port. See, in mode 1 and mode 2, both are the handshaking modes. The only difference is that in mode 2, we have the bidirectional handshaking. Let's try to discuss this BSR mode in detail. As I told you just now, the BSR mode is used to configure the port C. Port C, which is of 8 bit, means the 8 bit of the port C can either be set or reset, and this depends on the denote of the control word. The control word which gets stored in the control word register. Now, who will set and reset the 8 bits of the port C? So, the answer to this question is bit select flags such that D3, D2 and D1 of the control word register. Let's try to understand this with the help of the control word register format under the BSR mode. The control word is of 8 bit, which gets stored in control word register. This 8 bit is D0 to D7. The D0 cell of this control word, if it contains 0 value, then it indicates that 8255 is under the BSR mode. And if this cell contains 1, it indicates that 8255 is under the IO mode. The next 3 bits under the BSR mode such that the D6, D5 and D4, under these cells we have the don't care condition, means it does not have any significance. We can either have 1 or 0. Generally we put 0 over here. The next 3 bit of this control word is D3, D2, D1. These bits are called as bit select flags. So the combination of these 3 bits will decide which bit of the port C can be either set or reset. So whether it is set or reset, this can be identified with the help of the denote of this control word. If this denote cell contains the 0 value, it means that the particular bit of the port C is reset, and if this cell contains 1 value, it means that the particular bit of port C is set. Let's try to understand it further with the help of this functional table. These are the bit select flags, and we have the certain input combination for these bit select flags. If these 3 values are 0, it indicates that port C D0 bit will be selected, and it can be either set or reset. If these values are 0, 0, 1, it means port C D1 bit will be selected for setting or resetting. In this way, we can set the different bits of the port C. Let's try to understand the another mode supported by 8255, that is your IO mode. In the IO mode, we can configure all the ports like port A, B and C. Let's try to understand this with the help of the diagram. This is the control word register format under the IO mode. As I told you, this is your control word which is of 8 bit, varying from D0 to D7. If the D0 7 cell contains the 1, it indicates that the 8255 is operational under the IO mode. Now, the next cells like D6 and the D5 are used to identify the mode selection for group A. If these two cells contain 0, 0, it means that mode 0 will be selected. If it is 0, 1, then mode 1 will be selected. And if it is 1 cross, means 1 cross can have either 0 or 1. If it is 1, 0 or 1, 1, under that condition, the mode 2 will be selected for group A. Moving on to the next cell, that is the D4. D4 is used to signify the port A, as in whether the port A is behaving as an input port or the output port. If this particular cell contains the 1 value, it indicates the port A is behaving as input port, and if it is 0, then it indicates the port A is acting as the output port. Whereas the next cell, that is your D3, is used to signify the port C upper, that is PC4 to PC7. And again the concept is same. If this particular cell contains 1, it indicates that the port C upper can be used as the input port, and if it contains 0, it indicates this port C can be used as the output port. Moving on to the next cell of the control word D2, it is used to select the mode for the group P. If this particular cell contains 0 value, it indicates the mode 0 will be enabled for group B, and if it is 1, then mode 1 will be selected for group P. The next cell contains either the 1 or the 0, which signifies that the port B is either behaving as the input port or the output port, whereas the denote cell contains the 1 value or the 0 value, which further signifies the port C lower, whether the port C lower is acting as the input or the output for the group P. So this was the control word register format for the IO mode. Now let's try to understand the further submodes under this IO mode. The first submode is mode 0, that is called as basic input output mode. We have the certain features for this particular mode. In, as I told you, under the IO mode, all the port means A, B and C all are available and they can be configured by doing programming. So these ports can either behave as input port or the output port. But the most important point is that these, if they behave as the input ports, then they cannot be latched. But if they are, we are using them as the output port, then only we can latch them. Latching means we are going to store the value. So maximum of the 4 ports can be available so that the overall 16 IO configurations are possible under the basic IO mode. Moving on to the next mode, that is mode 1 of the IO mode. It is called as strobed IO mode. Again, we have the two groups here, the group A and the group B, and each group contains the 8-bit data IO port and one 4-bit control or the data port. Now these 8-bit data ports can be either input or the output, and both the input or output ports are latched here. This is the basic difference between the mode 0 and the mode 1. And here the port C, as we all know that port C is of 8 bit. So the first 3 bits varying from the PC0 to PC2 can be used to generate the control signal for port B, and PC3 to PC5 can be used to generate the control signal for port A, whereas PC6 to PC5 it is used as the independent data lines. Moving on to the next mode, that is mode 2 under the IO mode. It is called as strobed bidirectional IO mode. It has the 8-bit port on the group A, and the 8-bit port is bidirectional. And additionally, we require the 5-bit control port here. The 3 IO lines are also available at port C, such that PC0 to PC2. Here also the input and the output ports both can be latched. The 5-bit control port, such that PC3 to PC7, they can be used for generating and accepting the handshake signal for the 8-bit data transfer on the port A. So this was all about the different operating modes of 8255. Thank you.